There's so much ill feelings. Tariq Asif, for those of you who didn't understand what he was saying, he said that, when he gets around and gets together, even with fellow imams and fellow people, we all have this bad habit. No matter how much we preach about backbiting, we all end up doing backbiting. But he said that in the last 20 years he's been with Imam Raouf, he has never, ever, ever heard Imam Raouf say one bad thing about anybody. SubhanAllah, we should all ask ourselves, I'll do the first one, that's something very, very difficult to achieve. I can testify to that too. I've never really heard Imam Raouf say anything ill about anybody, and that's just amazing and that's just remarkable. So on that note, again, we want to give Imam Raouf the last word. So what I would like to do, there's so many people here, I recognize pretty much all the faces here. We have this special table here with all our elders who laid the foundation of the masjid, and I would love to call everybody up to the stage and present the plaque, but it's not really about the people right now. What we want to do is really symbolize how Imam has been with the administration. So at this point in time, I would like to invite the current Shura and overseers, and I would also like to invite the past presidents, just to symbolize that throughout Imam Raouf's history, he's always had good relationship and the relationship of love and respect with the administration. So current Shura and overseers and Brother Wakar, Brother Hashmi, I heard Brother Tahir is here, who was one of the first presidents of MCMC, and I know Brother Safi is obviously in Medina, Brother Dr. Zakir Sahib couldn't join us, but I would like to invite everybody up and let's present this plaque, a small token of appreciation from the masjid, and it's not about the people, from the masjid to our beloved Imam. So everybody can you all please come up to present the plaque to Imam Raouf, and then we will hand off the mic to Imam Raouf and he can say his last word. So can we please have everybody, Shura and overseers, Sister Salima, please come up and let's present the plaque to Imam Raouf. And of course, if I can ask Imam Raouf to also come up. Again, everybody I see here is a great welcome to everybody. Inshallah, we'll call everybody up to take pictures with Imam Raouf, but we're just recognizing the current shooter and all our past presidents. So inshallah, will you all come up? As you can see, we have a lot of people here and a lot of work goes around. Alhamdulillah. And I'd like Brother Tahir present our oldest President himself.
On behalf of Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Tahir. I guess 95% of you don't know me. Anyway, I heard a lot about Imam Raouf from my children. I left this town before Imam became Imam here, and I heard a lot of good things about him. And on behalf of MCMC, current Board of Trustees, I present it.
For those of you who don't know, so many people know Brother Safi, of course, he was like the backbone of the current expansion. From what I've heard also, I wasn't even there, but Brother Tahir was the backbone of our original masjid, mashallah. So, and again, I don't want to say anything else. I'll give it to our beloved Imam. So, Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulihil Kareem. Alhamdulillah alladhi bi ni'matihi tatimmu as-salihat. I think they put me in the last, so I'll have to rush up. We have very little time remaining for the salah. And there are so many things that I was going
as all the others who are speaking. Some things I put down. Let me see if I can open this. The phones are always complicated. Anyhow. So first of all, let me thank our imams and others who have sent words in this program, as well as those whom you saw in the video, the brothers, the young brothers included, whom you saw in the video, all those kind words. And as they were speaking, I was saying I do not deserve all of these words, all of these compliments. And I was wishing that, well, I didn't pump my son, I didn't even know what he was going to talk about, and I thought he was coming to just recite Quran. So I had no idea and no input into what he said, but I was sitting there thinking to myself that he should not be saying all of these things. But I'm glad that he mentioned one important thing is that, yes, it is definitely true that I could not have been the imam and done I didn't do everything I should be doing as imam, but whatever I did, the compliments for that, or the rewards for that and everything, I should go to my wife, I should go to Sister Firoza. She has always been supportive. So, that thing needed to be highlighted, and I'm glad that he did that. What he did not mention is that most of these 20 years that we've been here, she herself has been teaching. Since we came to the MTMC, she has been teaching in the Saturday and Sunday schools, both of them, students, different classes. She's been teaching, along with myself, and of course we had other teachers too. And this has continued throughout the years. And she also undertook to teach kids in the evenings after they come from regular school. So for many years she's been doing that. She's been teaching them Quran and teaching them also to understand the Quran. So these things I must acknowledge. Let me also say that since the community started to hear that I'm retiring, and that they came to me and they were coming every time someone met me, and they would be asking me, "How did you going to retire?" Yes, I'm going to retire. Are you going to stay in this community? No. So, are you still going to be in New Jersey? No. Are you going back to your home country? No. So where are you going to be? Okay, Florida. And then the next inevitable way, all of these are inevitable way, almost everybody who met me were asking these questions. The other questions that they asked after that was, which part of Florida? Orlando. And they say, okay, Orlando, alhamdulillah, we'll be able to visit you. All of you who promised to visit me, I'll be there for inshallah. Inshallah. Nobody knows the future, right? However, I'll be there, but I'll not be absent from this community. As Tanveer just announced, I'll still continue to be the interim imam until you have a new imam. So that will be maybe 2 or 3 months. that individuals and families are uncomfortable with, and they need to have personal discussions with me and so on. And I would like to say that I ask your apology, all of you, for the things that I have not been able to do as Imam. The work of the Imam, the task, I think has grown over the years. Things I was not expecting are now happening. I'm sure the same with many other Imams also. Things that are happening now, and the need for an Imam to be there whom the community can consult with, whom they can discuss their very personal problems and so on with. That is something that continues to grow. We are living in a society these days with a lot of challenges. So this is something we must always have in our mind. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless this community with an Imam who understands that and who is up to that task, who can fulfill those things that I was not able to fulfill. And if I have hurt any one of you, if I have spoken rudely to any one of you, if I have maybe neglected you, not responded to you when you needed to either talk, whatever it is, I ask for your forgiveness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us all in our interactions with each other. Sometimes we do make mistakes, we do hurt each other's feelings and so on. But I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us all. We are all human beings, of course Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that before any one of us. So whatever mistakes and wrongs and even sins that we commit, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness for all of those. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to unite us again also. In Jannah. There are those who are saying, just as some of the brothers have expressed here, that I should not leave, and I don't think so. I don't think like them. I need to leave. If somebody sticks in a position and he continues in that position, even when his faculties are deteriorating, things are happening, and he cannot function as he should function in that position, then he is usurping a position and he is not being fair to the Jama'ah, that is to the community. He has to step aside in order for others who are perhaps younger, more youthful, with more energy, more understanding, more insight, and so on, to come and take that position and be able to lead the community. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you such a person so that you can continue, this community can continue to develop and become stronger and stronger. And remember that we are not one community, one Muslim community in this country. We are not isolated. When I think of the Muslim community, I think of Muslims all over this country, right? It is, wherever you go, all of the Sajid, they are the common property of all Muslims, right? They're the places where we can go and we can find relaxations. What relaxation? We're not just building a masjid together, but we are building a community. One thing I like to remind people of, there are many usages of the masjid, so we should think of that in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, how the masjid was utilized. It is not just a place of prayer, but it serves a much greater purpose than that. And one of the things one of the incidents that happened in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, let me say this to all of you, and especially perhaps the men. The Prophet ﷺ So the Prophet ﷺ went out in search of him. Where did he find him? He found him in the masjid. And he was lying on the ground. And you know how the masjid was in the very beginning. It did not have a carpeted floor or anything like that. It was the sand itself, the sand of the desert. That was the floor of the masjid. And Ali radiallahu anhu was lying in it. And the Prophet came up to him and brushed away the sand from him and said, Qum ya Aba Turab. Stand up. Oh, to translate literally what he said, oh, Father of the dust. Of course, the Arabs use that kind of expression always for people, right? Sometimes in a joking way, but sometimes very serious. Sometimes in mockery, but this, of course, was a term of endearment. The Prophet gave to Ali, so what does that mean? When you have a quarrel with your wife, come to the masjid.